Happy birthday, by the way. And
thank you, brother.
Dude, you were moving good tonight. You were, all over the floor. You're picking KD up past half court. What was the motivation tonight?
We need a win. We're trying to keep this thing afloat, man. Hopefully we can get 30 back at some point, get KP back, get Seth back. Got to win some of these ones that you're not supposed to win. And we want to have a good night tonight. It's always better to have a good night with a win.
Yes, sir.
Draymond, congratulations. Incredible performance. Talk about you got your starters all played over 30 minutes. 6 guys in double figures. Pods was phenomenal. Melton was phenomenal. I want to talk about L.J. Cryer coming off the bench. Had 12 points, made some big threes. Talk about him kind of coming out of nowhere and really stepping up big in this road win.
Well, we've been looking for LJ to come in and give us some minutes this time. And, he tweaked his hamstring when he got out here that first night he came up. And so he's been rehabbing that, but you can see on his face the last few weeks like he's just dying to get out there. And one thing we know he could do is shoot the ball. He was in training camp with us this year. I honestly thought he probably should have had the two-way early on, but he continued to work. He got it out the mud, and, he's a Houston kid. So see him have the game he had here, and it equals a win for us. It's a big-time moment for him.
Career high in minutes for L.J. Cryer, made threes and, of course, points. Let's talk about Brandin Podziemski. One of the key plays in ATO you guys ran with about 3:40 left in the fourth quarter. You dive to the basket. You get the and one on a nice pass from Pods. And then his overtime to help you guys. He goes 3 for 3 with 7 points. I thought Pods was huge, and quietly he has been over the last 3 weeks for you guys.
He's been playing great basketball. He's been playing the right way, making quick decisions, not holding the ball too long. He's been rebounding extremely well. You love to see guys take that next step, and, you're starting to see it all come together for him, which is great for him, great for us.
All right, Draymond, go celebrate your birthday down in H-Town. Congrats on a big-time win. Great game for you tonight.
Appreciate y'all.
Anytime. Draymond Green, 10 points, 8 assists and 5 rebounds tonight, 4 or 6 from the floor. But let's start with the crunch time tape with 3:40 left in the game. And I thought it worked so hard to withstand the heat check from Reed Shepherd in that fourth quarter. 1-on-1. And at that point, we were saying, Fezzi, you can't have a moral victory. You got to somehow, some way try to steal this game.
Yeah, the Warriors worked so hard. The first half, they had a great first half, did a great job limiting the Houston Rockets, really holding them to 20 points in the first quarter. And they started to get loose. The Houston Rockets did and towards the end of the halftime. What I love is that the Warriors fought all the way through. The third quarter, I thought that the Warriors did a great job. Brandin Podziemski had a great third quarter. He was a spirited person in the second half. Both he and De'Anthony Melton attacking Guy Santos. This team showed you in different ways, whether it was rebounding the basketball against one of the best rebounding teams in the league right now. Matter of fact, one of the best historic rebounding teams, the Warriors.
The balanced attack. Warriors make 45 field goals, 14 threes, and 11 free throws. And we saw several plays. We saw them go back to the split action quite a bit, drop the ball in the post, collapse the defense, kick out for wide open threes. They wound up winning paint points 60-48, plus 12 in the paint. We talked pregame how the size advantage was going to Houston. But a good balanced attack, and not just throwing in the post, spacing, attacking off the dribble, getting enough paint points to offset your three-point shooters. So both teams made 14 threes, but the Warriors did a much better job, I thought, playing in the paint, both on the post-ups and attacking off the dribble.
Just a -2 on the glass for the Warriors. So they did a great job battling with the Rockets on the boards. All right, let's pick up the overtime tape because the Warriors go in 1-on-1. How are they going to survive? How are they going to survive another 5?
Take Amen Thompson down the post. And De'Anthony Melton. As well as Reed Shepherd played, those offensive rebounds, and they targeted him a lot in the pick and roll and going at him. And Şengün, that play with Draymond, that ATO was a big play going at Şengün.
No, the clip is past now, but I saw Draymond talking to Clint Capella at the end of the game, like, yo, what's he talking about? I wonder what that conversation was about. Anyway.
He didn't recognize him.
He didn't
I didn't recognize him either.
Did he change his number?
What I love, I couldn't tell. I didn't play long enough. What I loved about this game, though, is that all around, I thought Draymond set the tone from the beginning. He's playing against Kevin Durant. This is one of the best scorers in the league. And we talked about KD he's been on a tear. The last 3 games, 30-plus points. multiple threes in those games. Tonight, even in overtime, they limit KD to 23 points. And he's been scoring, he averages 26 a game. So taking KD out the game was one of the ways to win this game. But rebounding was so crucial. You saw the game-winning bucket. That was an offensive rebound. The Warriors' size advantage was a problem coming to this game. And in every category, I feel like they just played out of their minds, just trying to get this win, trying to get out of the losing slump.
18 offensive rebounds for the Golden State Warriors, a +1 on the offensive glass. And Brandin Podziemski was in the mix as always. 18 of his last 22 games, he scored in double figures. It's his second straight 20-point game. Of course, he had the 20 in the first half against the Clippers. Well, tonight he saved his best for last. 26 huge points. He's this young man and gives them heavy minutes. Tonight, Brandin Podziemski, 39 minutes for the Golden State Warriors, and he made every second count, Willie.
Yeah, he was phenomenal all night long, big time in the overtime. And I thought Draymond made a great point. Pods and Steve Kerr's been harping on this. Give it up, get it back. That's split action. If the ball gets you, you're wide open, let it fly. If not, give it up and get it back. He drove KD down the lane. So a much better job with Pods, in my mind, Fezzi, especially the last 3 weeks, playing without the basketball. And you see any assists. You know, he had 1 assist but 9 rebounds. But Draymond gets 8 assists. Let other people make the play for you and get off the ball as soon as possible.
I mean, that 1 assist was to Draymond in overtime right there.
Play.
That big play. I mean, Pods, you can't say enough about what he's doing offensively, but I love the 9 rebounds. For your point guard to be that efficient and he's that aggressive and really attacking the boards, you got to have your big guys back, especially in a game like this. You got 7-footer, 6'8", 6'10", across the board for the Houston Rockets to have your guard coming in like that. All these things give the Warriors a chance, and I thought they did all the little things to get this win.
Dude, how about Draymond Green and Al Horford?
Wow.
Big combined.
Wow.
They were big time.
We've been waiting for some combinations there as Al Horford has gotten healthy. He's starting to pick up some starts. He's hitting the 3-ball. Draymond Green set the tone defensively against Kevin Durant. What a team win for the Golden State Warriors.
Wait, hold up, Dub Nation. Let me ask you something real quick. What if this win we just saw wasn't just another regular season victory? What if it was actually a preview of the Warriors' future? Yeah, think about that for a second. Because while everybody around the league keeps asking the same question, can the Warriors survive without Steph Curry? Something interesting might be happening right in front of our eyes, and not everyone is noticing it yet. The Warriors walked into Houston missing their biggest superstar, the engine of the dynasty, the greatest shooter the NBA has ever seen, and somehow they still walked out with a win. Not an easy win, not a lucky win, a gritty, physical, overtime fight, the kind of game that shows you what a team is really made of. And if you watch closely, you probably noticed something that made a lot of Warriors fans sit up on the couch like, wait a second, are we seeing the next wave of this team? Brandin Podziemski played like a guy who didn't care about the moment. 26 points, rebounds everywhere, confidence through the roof. He attacked the rim, made smart decisions, and looked completely comfortable taking big shots. And that's not normal for a young player in a high-pressure game like this. Usually, rookies or second-year players look hesitant in those moments. But Pods? Nah, he looked like he belonged there. That's the kind of performance that makes fans start whispering, did the Warriors just find another gem? And then there was De'Anthony Melton, quietly putting together one of the most important performances of the night. Aggressive drives, defensive plays, and that clutch overtime moment when the ball bounced around the rim and he finished the play. Boom! Warriors take the lead. That's the type of play that doesn't always make the headlines, but players inside a locker room remember it. But the real backbone of this win? The identity of the Warriors. Defense, hustle, ball movement, and leadership. Draymond Green set the tone early, battling on defense and organizing the team like a quarterback on the floor. When Draymond plays with that kind of intensity, the entire team starts believing. You could literally feel the energy shift. And here's the scary part for the rest of the Western Conference. Steph Curry is coming back. This team is fighting, surviving, learning how to win ugly games without their superstar. Imagine when the greatest shooter in basketball history walks back onto that court. Yeah, suddenly the Warriors might look a lot more dangerous than people expected. So maybe this wasn't just a win. Maybe this was a reminder. The Warriors still have that championship heartbeat. And if the young players keep stepping up while the veterans hold the culture together, this team might have one more run in them. Yeah. Now, I want to hear from you, Dub Nation. Did this game change the way you see this Warriors team? Are you starting to believe they can stay alive in the playoff race until Steph returns? And what did you think about Podziemski tonight? Future star or just a hot game? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more Warriors news, and let's keep riding with the Dub Nation.